Chartoff, Larry David, Darryl Igus, Brandis Kemp, Bruce Mahler, Michael Richards, John Rourke, and special guest star, the Beach Boys. And I'm Jack Burns, and right now it is time for America's #1 game show, Family Feud, with your host, Richard Dawson.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, and welcome once again to Family Feud, the program that shows you what can happen when the gene pool is spread too thin. I'm Richard Dawson, and I don't like being here, but I can't live off the residuals from Hogan's Heroes forever. And now, let's say hello to our two families. First, from Hyannisport, Massachusetts, say hello to the Kennedys. Well, what a nice, Senator, what a nice-looking group.
Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. Throughout this campaign, I have spoken out on behalf of minorities, on behalf of women, on behalf of the unemployed. These are the people who have no voice in Washington. These are the people who have been forgotten by this administration. These are the people who are home during the day watching this program. I will not cease to champion the cause of game show viewers throughout this country. As long as there are people who cry out for microwave ovens and electric curling irons, as long as there are homes without a man of frost-free refrigerators, as long as there's a Spiegel in Chicago, Illinois, 60609, I will continue to speak out, and not just for viewers of Family Feud, but of Card Sharks, Crosswits, Match Game, Wheel of Fortune, and the $220,000 pyramid. Together, we will push the buzzer. Together, we will find the correct answer. Together, we will take home the jackpot.
Senator, you're not a man who admits defeat. You're not even a man who recognizes it. Who have you brought with you today?
Well, Richard, today I've brought my wife, Joan.
Hello.
My mother, Rose.
Hello.
And my sister-in-law, Jackie.
Hello. Hello, darling. How are you? You know, it's been so inspiring to see you on the news every evening, right by your husband's side, campaigning loyally.
Well, I try to be a good political wife. Of course, I'm not as good at pressing the flesh as Ted is. Ted just loves to press the flesh. Ted can't wait to get out there and press the flesh. Can you, dear?
Let's not get into that now.
Well, that's why he's a Kennedy.
Yes, that's also why I moved out of the house.
Good luck to you today. And how are you, sweetheart?
Belmont Hotel, 1927.
Well, glad you could be with us today, if you are with us today.
Frederick, you may serve tea in the patio.
Hello, darling. How are you? I understand there's a new man in your life these days.
That's right. I've been seeing Leon Spinks. We often double date with Gloria Vanderbilt and Bobby Short.
And good luck to you today. And now, let's meet their opponents. From Plains, Georgia, by way of Washington, D.C., here are the Carters. Hello, Miss Lillian. Who have you brought with you today?
Well, today I brought my son, Billy.
Hello.
My daughter-in-law, Rosalind.
Hello, darling.
And my Vice President, Mondale.
Now, just a minute. I came here today because I was told that the president would be here himself to debate the issues with me.
He's got better things to do, Sonny. He is the president.
Well, this is not right. The American people have a right to hear a discussion of the issues.
Oh, Chappaquiddick,
Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick.
Besides, Walter Mondale's not even a member of their family.
Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick, Chappaquiddick.
Now cut that out.
Hello, Billy. How are you?
Just fine, sir.
You know, Billy, I understand that you've taken the cure and that you don't drink anymore.
That's right. It was difficult, but I was destroying myself and my family, and I had to stop.
I admire that. I really do. Takes a great deal of courage. Tremendous. I wish we all had your willpower. Hello, darling. You know, that woman over there said in the news that she is more qualified to be First Lady than you are. She said she has more class than you do.
Well, I suppose it is true that I was just a simple country girl until Jimmy Carter married me and took me out of Plains, Georgia. And I guess it is true that Mrs. Kennedy is wealthy and educated and sophisticated. But Jimmy and I run this country, so screw her.
As long as you don't bear a grudge. Nice to have you with us. Walter Mondale, you're not a member of the family.
I know, but I just never get to be on television.
I must confess, Mr. Vice President, I didn't know you were black.
Well, neither does Jimmy. Hell, nobody knows what I really look like anyway, so what's the difference?
Good point. Good luck to you. Let's play the feud. All right. 100 people surveyed. The top 5 answers are on the board. We asked our audiences the following question: what is the most important issue today in the minds of the American people? Senator Kennedy.
The economy.
Senator Kennedy says the economy. Let's see what our audiences said.
He didn't give me a chance.
Survey said the economy.
Well, that's what I was gonna say.
Do you want to play or pass?
What should we do? What do you think?
We'll play.
We'll play.
The most important issue today in the minds of the American people. Ted?
Well, I would say the need for an open democratic convention that ignores the results of the 38-state primaries.
Good answer, good answer.
Open convention. Survey said. The most important issue in the minds of the American people.
The rising divorce rate. I mean, a debate between President Carter and my husband.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer. Good answer.
Joan says debate between President Carter and her husband. Survey said. That's 2 strikes. It's up to you, dear. The most important issue to the American people today.
Come on, Mother, it's up to you.
Mother, we know you can do it.
I must have your answer.
Joining the League of Nations.
Good answer, good answer.
All right. She says joining the League of Nations.
Yes.
Survey said. Sorry, that means the question goes to the other team. You have 1 chance. Carter's the most important issue to the American people today. Must have your answer.
Chappaquiddick.
All right, they say Chappaquiddick. Survey said. Sorry, you're wrong. What the audience said was the most important issue to the American people today were mistrust of presidential candidates was the 5th most popular answer. No solutions proposed by candidates was the 4th most popular answer. No good choices among presidential candidates was the 3rd most popular answer. And the number 1 issue today, the most important issue to the American people: who shot J.R. on Dallas?
The CIA! They did it!
The final score is the Carters 0, the Kennedys 0. So the winner is Ronald Reagan. That does it now, and probably for the next 4 years. We love you, and we'll see you here on The Feud. Bye-bye.
Next on the Friday edition, something that will make you gag.
This is the Friday edition with your correspondent, Melanie Chardoff.
Good evening, I'm Melanie Chardoff, and these are tonight's top stories. President Carter, who began his 8-day European trip yesterday, will meet tomorrow with Pope John Paul II. Among the topics the two men will discuss will be world peace, the economies of emerging nations, and world health. The Pope will reportedly not allow the president to participate in the traditional kissing of the papal ring, saying, "Who knows where his mouth has been?" Representative Thomas Hanahan, opposition leader to the Equal Rights Amendment in the Illinois House, responded today to the defeat of the amendment, stating, "The House was ready to pass the ERA, but when all those gals started yakking and talking and running at the mouth, they really got on our nerves, so we decided to shut them up." Saito, the mongrel dog whose late owner's will stipulated she be put to death, was granted a reprieve this week after the California legislature, Governor Brown, and a Superior Court judge rallied to overturn the decree. Upon hearing of this, convicted murderer Jack Potts called a press conference to announce that he is changing his name to Spot, and that from now on he has requested that prison officials should feed him only Gaines burgers. The Supreme Court ruled this week that man-made living organisms may be patented, a decision which has stirred great controversy amongst religious leaders. Theologians are said to be particularly concerned about a patent submitted by Dr. Fred Flegel for this new life form, to be known simply as Charlene. Says Charlene's creator, "My new life form is attractive, a good listener, and will eat absolutely anything." Pat Collins, the hip hypnotist of TV fame, was summoned to the White House this week. Collins was asked to put President Carter into a trance in hopes of getting him to remember those 53 American hostages in Iran. Republican presidential hopeful Ronald Reagan announced this week that he would take a senility test if he's elected president. The test, which was originally designed for Dwight Eisenhower, consists of riding in the presidential limousine from the White House to Andrews Air Force Base and back without drooling. John Travolta, whose movie Urban Cowboy premiered this week, is resting comfortably in a Houston hospital after his head swelled to reportedly 8 times its normal size. Hospital officials could not say if this condition would affect any other part of his anatomy. Miss USA, Shawn Weatherly, tries on a South Korean Army cap during her visit this week to the Republic of Korea. However, had the lovely 5-foot 6-inch blue-eyed blonde stood on the same spot just 30 years ago during the Korean War, she would have been torn apart by shrapnel, dismembered by mortar fire, skewered by bayonets, and her bloody, bullet-riddled corpse left in a heap for hungry buzzards. Gary Trudeau, creator of Doonesbury, and Jane Pauley of the Today Show were married in a simple ceremony this past weekend. Trudeau was quoted as saying that Ms. Pauley is the closest thing he knows to a cartoon character. And in other matrimonial news, an unusual wedding in New York Tuesday as 80-year-old Disco Sally Lippman married a 28-year-old Manhattan man. However, a sad footnote to the story. The marriage was annulled the following day when the groom was outraged to discover that his bride was not a virgin. Tonight's Friday Focus examines the modernization of one of America's oldest, most charitable institutions. For this report, we take you now to downtown Los Angeles and Mary Edith Burrell.
The Salvation Army, a bunch of charitable volunteers. Each year, they help thousands of poor indigents with a good meal and warm shelter. During the summer months, they run a summer camp for underprivileged youngsters. And who couldn't remember giving a gift to the Salvation Army during the winter to help make an unfortunate one's Christmas a little bit brighter? But the Salvation Army has come upon hard times. No, donations haven't slackened. The number of volunteers has dropped off. That's why sometime this summer, the Salvation Army will be forced to reinstate its draft. Every man, woman, and child in the United States who is old enough to play the trombone will be put into a national eligibility pool. Since the intention is to mobilize 600,000 draftees for 2 years of active service, the more common lottery system will be employed. Used last during the Great Depression, this draft lottery will go as follows. Birth dates will be randomly matched with draft numbers picked during a game of bingo.
For July 10th, G49.
The lower your number, the better your chances of ringing a bell on a street corner next fall. Bingo! Inductees will be called immediately for their physical. Deferment's given only to those who can't stand. Recently, Canada closed its doors to draft evaders. But oddly enough, most protest to compulsory conscription has come from the over 65 age bracket. Senior citizens not willing to give up 2 of their golden years to the draft.
The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind.
How does the general public feel? Let's ask. Ma'am?
I'm 58 years old, have 7 grandchildren. I finally got my life together. No, it's not fair.
The one last hope for draftees not wishing to participate in the Salvation Army is to file for conscientious objector status. But those doing so should remember, you must be opposed to charity of every kind. For Friday Focus with the protesters, this is Mary Edith Burrell reporting.
Finally, ABC announced this week that Tanya Roberts of New York City has been signed to join Jacqueline Smith and Cheryl Ladd as the newest Charlie's Angel. Before the TV season begins in September, Miss Roberts will undergo major intelligence reduction therapy. And then, as a warm-up to her work program, she will sexually tease 1,000 inmates of San Quentin Prison. I'm Melanie Chardoff. Have a pleasant weekend.
This has been the Friday edition with your correspondent, Melanie Chardoff.
Let's see, I wonder who's available Friday night. Check it out. Uh-huh. Yeah. There goes that. Uh-oh. Paula Morgan. Yeah, I'll give Paula a call. Yeah, let's see, what's the number here? 555-8970. Oh, Paula. Yeah, Paula.
Hello?
Hello, Paula, this is Tim Baird.
Oh, hello, Tim. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Fine. Didn't I meet you at Fonda's?
Yeah. Well, it was an anti-nuke rally, remember?
Right. What's up, Tim?
Well, I just thought if I'd ask you if you'd like to go out with me on Friday night.
Friday night? Gee, I'm kind of busy. Yeah, well, Friday's fine,
How about dinner?
Oh, what'd you have in mind?
Chateau Pierre.
French? Yeah, French is fine. What time?
Well, let me think a second here. I got out, and then I gotta pick up a few things, and I don't know, I'd pick you up at 7:30. We got dinner at 8.
Yeah. Let's see, I get off work around 6. I gotta catch a class, and I've got just a few stops I have to make, but, yeah, 7:30 be just fine.
Okay, I'll pick you up 7:30, and then we'll have dinner at 8, and, that'll be nice, and then afterwards, maybe, we can, I don't know, go back to, we can just go for a ride. 7:30, then.
Yeah, 7:30 would be just fine, I'm glad you called. I've been thinking about you. Yeah, dinner Friday? Yeah, I gotta get up early Saturday, but Friday night's fine.
Okay, well, look, great talking to you, and good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Tim, it's Ginger.
Ginger Albee. It's been a long time. How are you?
Well, I'm fine.
What's up?
Well, I was wondering if we could get together on Friday. Maybe you could come over to my place.
Friday, huh? Ginger, can I get back to you? I think I can work this out.
Last week, I'm here this week. Enough about that stripper last week, okay?
I won't say it again.
But
was he gorgeous? And hung?
Listen to this, Kim. We never talked this way until we came to this place.
Hung schmung, ladies. I have a babysitter at home. Let's get this show on the road.
Come on, ladies. Come on. Give me a break, will you? I'm making a drink that involves measuring over.
Einstein.
Come on.
All right. Let's get on with the program here. Whew. It's another Wednesday night here at the Porthole Lounge, and I guess we all know what that means. No, you wish. All right, got a special treat from the city, the card says, and the guy's done lots of television. So, let's hear it for the Midnight Cowboy. Come on. Don't sweat it, folks. They're probably just a fuse. I'll have it going in no time. Hang in.
What's your real name, Mr. Midnight Cowboy?
Elmer.
What's your last name, Elmer?
Pippin.
So that means that your whole name is Elmer Pippin, right?
Hey, Gus, what's the story down there, huh?
Hang in there, folks. It won't be a minute.
Oh, this place.
What television things did you do?
What?
Well, the card said that you did a lot of television things.
Oh, those were mostly television commercials.
For what?
Mothballs.
Hey, Gus, how's it going over there?
Hey, yo, stay warm. I think I spotted a problem, all right?
Oh, yeah. Mr. Pippin, is it absolutely a must that you have to have music?
What?
You see, we all have babysitters waiting at home.
Yeah.
So?
So maybe you could just can the dancing part and take all your clothes off?
Hey, you're getting paid, Elmer. Do what you have to do. This thing's got more wires than a rocket ship. I don't know what the heck you're doing down there.
All right, damn it! off! But the Midnight Cowboy don't work this way.
Oh, Elmer, why don't I help you with that?
Sit down,
My
please,
daughter's
no,
in
wait,
kindergarten.
Elmer, just point your toes a little bit, honey.
Wait,
we'll take
please,
care
no,
of it.
wait.
Point your feet. Point your toes.
Yeah, I'm pointing.
How did you get into stripping?
Well, I used to teach in school and...
Are you sure that these are your boots, Elmer?
Yeah, they're new. They'll stretch, won't they?
Yeah, you just have to oil them next time.
Oh, wait, this one's coming. Wait.
Anyway, I had my nights free, and this friend of mine owned this little club in Pomona.
Pomona? I used to live near Pomona. West Covina?
Oh, really? That's why I used to teach third grade in West Covina.
Wait a minute here. My daughter had a Mr. Pippin in third grade. Nancy Sturgis?
Nancy Sturgis with the dimple? She was one of my favorite kids.
Come on, Elmer, strap! Take it out!
Elmer, I don't think I like this.
Well, what do you want me to do about it? This is my gig, lady.
Laura, sit down. Come on.
Dance, I guess. But Elmer, I think I'm gonna go, okay?
Would you mind?
I think it's best.
Here they are, an American institution, the Beach Boys.
Sleeping in the sand dunes, dancing in the streets. They're just trying to keep us
the hell are you talking about, Chase? This is Sugar Ray Leonard, the welterweight champion of the world. Now, get out of here.
Oh, shut up!
That's how I see it.
Come on, let's go in and get some ammunition.
Cindy, it's nice. Let's have our picnic here, okay? Okay, yeah, let's.
Give me a kiss, baby. You know what I like.
No! No! Don't touch me! Get away! Get away! Come on, let's get out the blanket and have a picnic.
Okay, let's do that. Put the blanket right here.
Isn't it beautiful here, Joey? It's so romantic. Come here, baby. Give me a kiss. Okay, I'll give you a kiss. I know what you like.
I love you. I love you.
Get some flowers from over in the garden and put them on there. And do this over here. Put the flowers. Get some more leaves out of the trees. That's what I will do. I'll get some leaves and put them up on here too. Get this flower and this and this. Put this over there. Oh, they come over.
Oh,
Tommy Kramer is a member of our staff that we're pretty proud of. He's a 20-year-old filmmaker. He's done some really outstanding films in our show. And however, like any young filmmaker, he makes a few mistakes. Here's one of them. By the way, I'd like to put an end to the rumor that I've used any drugs in my life at all. I am off drugs, as we all are, and must be. All right, right now, here, once again, are the Beach Boys!
The sunlight plays upon her head. Softly smile, I know she must be kind. When I look in her eyes, she goes with me to a blossom world. Vibrations are happening with you. Gotta keep those loving good. Vibrations are happening with you. Gotta keep those loving good. Vibrations are happening with you.
The following is a dramatization based on an actual event which took place in prehistoric Amazonia. Generations of historians have meticulously sifted through volumes of evidence, but even the most sophisticated minds of the 20th century have come to the same baffling conclusion, that the event you are about to see is stranger than anything.
Don't go swearing, Gort!
Niska Bibble. Well, glafun klep der roofs, perfect. Ja dork no kinderschleva McBena.
Nee, shushu da. Tuska da kronskis, das vlögen en das mufkis.
Mufkis? Sosios mangos! Tikra fle!
Nee, dufka dink. Jo vlögen das mufkis.
Us klar brastas som peppa das kusis. Us jan anfangen hakschlackes. Distanz kan prestja. Pastjaka dinky donk.
Ashla! Kokirahi! Stonkadori da tagahu!
Skjaka puppo.
Ja, slink go. Ja, senzo salsa. Du menken flem. Du... Blah!
Vriska! Ja bena kokobanja!
Ja! Kokobanja! Funte!
Das mag ich okay. Ich mag ich den Ringschlager. Vai ja, Duki? Da? Für Nägel. Kasimaki na Bombo.
Ja, Schitka? Ja, Dork, ja, Schitka.
Was? Ist ja Fluki Mufki!
Mufki fragt du Skito!
Hinto nege blond, jo hinto Mufki. Werde glühen Miski.
Just was mit dem Schlagers?
Nuka yucca, lock of the plasheruni, the mufki, the funny goodies.
Babs to slarwi dufkar Mufki.
Donza.
Zune. Blinko. Just in gorke nege putten poepel gombo.
Fake tay fleckpack.
Gumbas bitte Murphy Duniski. Pateluten was von den Anja gaan.
Da gumbo ziti rema flushkinska na patui.
Sitareve ignate. Nakie muffi. Lekker? Sta biff supra. Biff. Pashka mufki banya da gumbo.
Niggi.
Mufki, tutstaka. Tsutsu.
Mupka tuki, da spada cetindas da scriggle scriggle.
Stolek so pukela so jetta keme.
Zie zo gewoon geen mooi. Cool voor de tweet, Lunis.
Manuja, nasz watitlach. Was stinker, nasz wawifda. Baple, baš vanupa doba doba. Ušća vandan, pitkin.
Ja, Tifko! Mufkis? Sostjas.
Jas mastas progasta.
Hi, I'm Michael Richards. We want to thank you for joining us this evening, and we'd also like to thank our special guest stars, the Beach Boys. Watch out for the boogeyman. Stay light. Good night.